Welcome back to chapter number 2 on data science using Python. Firstly, before I start, I want to let you know that there are no prerequisites for this course. I will show you step by step and furnish all information and reading materials that is necessary for this course. So, what exactly will we cover and what is machine learning? So, machine learning is a field of computer science that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. So, say for instance, you have a set of data and you're trying to derive some knowledge out of it or test some hypothesis over the data. So, there are lots of predefined algorithms that help you to do that. Precisely, that's what we call it as machine learning. So, don't worry too much at this time as we will start looking at some examples and things will become more and more clear. So, consider this little diagram, right? So, what does this diagram really tell us? So, if you look at a machine learning perspective from, say a 50,000 feet view, all it is just some input data that we supply to an algorithm, and the output is a few predictions or a few patterns, right? So, it's as simple as that. But let's take a step back. So, what are these algorithms that we talked about? So, do I have to like invent any algorithm that can churn through my input data? The answer is no. These algorithms are already been written for you. All you need to do is supply some of the input data to it, and these algorithms will output the patterns and predictions. All right, so exactly, what is the catch? Well, there's no catch as such, but if you think about it, there are two main aspects in this whole equation. One is choosing your inputs, and second is choosing your algorithms. This is where the actual skill sets and domain knowledge comes into play. So, for algorithms to work effectively, it is essential that your inputs are clean and relevant. I will reiterate that your inputs should be relevant to your algorithm. Cleaning and manipulation of inputs play a very major role in the performance of your algorithms. So, if your input has about, say, 1,000 rows, the algorithm may or may not work effectively. In this course, we will exactly learn how to choose these inputs and how to clean the input and make it relevant so that we can feed that to the algorithm more effectively and so that the algorithm can provide you with the correct results. We will also learn how to choose the correct algorithm and package this all together. So, Python provides some methods and techniques that helps you choose which columns from your inputs would be more effective for the algorithm to perform at its peak. So once you have correctly chosen your inputs, it is now time to choose the correct algorithm. Now there are plenty and plenty of machine learning algorithms out there, and we need an effective way to choose which algorithm will work best with a given set of inputs. So in the coming lectures, we will be precisely looking at those things. That is how to clean up your data, how to choose your input, and how to choose the most effective and optimal algorithm that can work against your input data and produce the output and most accurate predictions. Now, at a high level, there are various types of algorithms as well as we will kind of even look at these algorithms one by one. We'll also see how different combinations of the columns as inputs can provide drastically different predictions and different patterns. So to summarize, machine learning is nothing but supplying some inputs to an algorithm and churning through that input to output a pattern or a prediction. So your algorithm will be only as much accurate as your input data is and the algorithm that you have chosen in order to work on that input data. All right, so once this concept is a little clear on your mind at a very high level, let us go one step deeper. I keep talking about these algorithms. So what are actually these algorithms and how many algorithms are out there? So at a very high level, machine learning algorithms can be broadly classified into two types. One is called supervised learning and another is called unsupervised learning. So supervised learning is nothing but you have the input data and you have the output data, and you supply both of them to the algorithm and let the algorithm study the patterns in the data, so that in future, if there is a similar input that arrives, the algorithm can actually kind of predict or try to predict the output, right? So let's look at this particular diagram, right? And then this is basically a machine learning problem which is called email spam classification, right? So think about your normal Gmail or any other email program that you're using. Google intelligently classifies all your emails into non-spam and spam. So naturally what it is doing is it is taking the input, your email message as the input, passing it to an algorithm, and the algorithm is actually telling Google that, hey, this is a spam message and this is not a spam message, right? And it's quite accurate. If you kind of look at your spam inbox, you can see how accurate it is, right? So how does this really work? So you can feed the following input, that is emails, into the supervised learning algorithm and let it study, right? So let us say this is your input, right? So if you see, this is where the overall trick of domain knowledge and using correct input data comes into play. Your input, if you think about it, is just a simple text message, right? An email message. And what we have done is we have kind of broken that a little bit, right? From that email message, we have taken some text, we have taken the from address, we have taken the to address, we have seen how many spelling errors are there in the email address, we have seen how many external links are there, and then we have classified it as yes or no, spam yes or no, right? So this is basically your input and output data that you will be supplying to the algorithm. So if next time, if a similar input comes, it can try to predict whether it's a spam or not, right? So that is why this whole concept of input, algorithms, the way the data is cleaned up as input, and the way that it needs to be supplied to an algorithm is very, very important. So I hope you're getting the message so far, right? Supervised learning is nothing but algorithms wherein you provide the inputs and also provide the outputs and let the algorithm study the relationship between the two, right? And then also the patterns between the two. So in future, if a similar input comes in a similar pattern, hopefully the algorithm would be able to predict the output. So there you go. You now know what at least one type of machine learning algorithms, and there are various algorithms in supervised machine learning as well, which we will look in the coming lectures. So the goal of this lecture was to give you a very high level view of what exactly is machine learning and what are the types of machine learning. All right, so moving on, the next one is unsupervised learning. So unsupervised learning is kind of the little opposite of supervised learning, right? So in supervised learning, we had inputs and we had also the outputs that we supplied to the algorithm and established a pattern. However, in unsupervised learning, we don't have any output. So the algorithm will just study the inputs and then classify them according to certain categories or clusters. So don't worry too much about it right now. We'll look at a very practical example in the coming lectures. All right, so there we are. We now know what is machine learning. It is nothing but providing set of inputs to an algorithm and deriving some knowledge out of that. And in this whole process, there are a lot of algorithms that help us do that. And these algorithms, work on text data, and there are specialized algorithms that work on numerical data. Some algorithms can work on videos, pictures, etc. So in the next lecture, we will take a deeper dive. We will look at some tools which will help us do this. We'll look at some packages in Python which will kind of help us, run some of the algorithms. So we'll take it one step further and see what's in it for us. Thank you.